right, everybody, welcome to the Warrior Room. I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. I was a little fired up. We were getting all excited to talk about what we're going to talk about here, and I've lost my voice. But the show will go on. The show must go on. That's it. We're in showbiz. As you can see, we got an empty seat here. So for once, I'm going to have someone co-host with me. This is actually the official Warrior Room episode 1. We're going to try to do this on a weekly basis. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my co-host. This is JP, Majestic Strength.
What's up? What's up?
All right. So I guess let's find out a little bit about JP here. I don't even know where to go with this. Just tell us a little bit.
Who the hell am I? I have a fitness studio, personal training fitness studio called Majestic Strength. So specializing basically in one-on-one, partner and small group training and nutrition, right? So taking a holistic approach to fitness and health and kind of basically trying to embody this whole mind, body, and soul type of vibe.
So let's cut to the chase. What the hell are you going to bring to the Workout Warrior? What are you going to bring to the Warrior Room? I lost my voice. Holy shit.
What am I bringing to the
Yeah, what are you bringing to the Warrior Room?
You know what? Like basically, like at the end of the day, I think to your point that you've mentioned a few times when we've chatted, everybody's got that warrior inside them, right? At the end of the day, like with everything that's happened, within the past few years, business goes up, business goes down, things go sideways on all of us, and being able to overcome all of these different obstacles, right, and really being able to find your reason to keep going and continue following your passion.
Right? Well said. Yeah. I couldn't say it any better. So yeah. So what we want to do also discuss on here is kind of like the Warrior Room is like a group that we have on Facebook here, and I made JP one of the moderators here, so he can delete your post anytime he wants. I'm just joking. So yeah, so within the Warrior Room, we're going to talk about our different brands. I was just talking with JP. We kind of said the Warrior Room is kind of like, just keep it going. The Warrior Room is kind of like an umbrella, and underneath that umbrella are all like-minded people with our different brands. So with me, I've got the IDFA, International Drug-Free Athletics, that many of you know me for. I've got this crazy guy called the Workout Warrior, which is right here, right there. And then now we've got, as our co-host, we got Majestic Strength. So I think he's going to bring a lot to the table as well. So we got a lot we can talk about and promote here. So if you guys have any questions at all, ask us in the Warrior Room. Like I said, we're going to talk about our brands. So let's just jump into what's going on with the IDFA.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so right now our next show is actually an online show. It's on December 3rd.
Yep.
And I just got a few emails of like competitors from Italy.
Yep.
So I had a few from Italy before compete.
That's a big deal.
But now they want to bring a whole team.
Yeah.
Sure, it's online, but I had this vision because of the whole stuff we were going through. I tried out some online shows. And obviously went very well for a few of the shows. So yes, we got a team of 10 from Italy entering, and then I got a few competitors from the US. So if you're anywhere in Canada and you can't make it to our show on December 11th, which is our live IDFA Universe at Mississauga. So yeah, so on December 11th is a live show. So yeah, if you can't make December 11th, it's in Mississauga, Ontario, you can always enter the online show, which is December 3rd.
There you go.
So it's basically like the same type of show, but it's online. So yeah, we got people from Italy and USA enter so far.
That's it.
So that's exciting news.
Yep.
December 11th is going to be a good show. It's at the Meadowvale Theatre where we've always had it over the years. So that's December 11th. It's on a Sunday, so you can enter now for that.
Back to the old stomping grounds.
There you go. Yeah, so you guys might recognize JP from that because he was back a little while back. You'd always see him backstage, or he's also one of the faces of the IDFA at one point. So yeah, but we're back in action.
A lot of pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No pressure, no pressure. And just so you know that JP also knows a lot about natural bodybuilding. He's competed himself.
I completed twice. Yeah.
How about tell us a little bit about one of your experiences?
Yeah, I mean, like talking off camera over here when we were kind of getting into it a little bit. One of the memories that is really pretty fresh in my mind. So the competition that I took part in. literally this month is 10 years ago that I competed last. I was, young and naive 38-year-old, doe-eyed and everything, right? Trying to get up on stage again. And I had done a show prior. I had competed in the 2006 show. And, so in spite of the fact that I had already been on stage once before, here I am now 6 years later, looking much better than I did on the first competition. I never looked like that before in my life.
You open a picture up. You have to send me the picture, so we'll put it up right here.
There was a whole picture and everything, right? It was one of those things where, in spite of the fact that I looked so much better and my prep was so much better, and I felt like $1,000,000. I'm standing backstage. Shaun is kind of reading through my story. It was part of the transformation category. I had dropped 50 pounds overall to get into this type of shape, but I'm freaking out. I'm talking about there's no chance in hell in my head that I'm getting up on this stage. I'm just looking for the fire exits. I'm thinking I might have to get myself out of this somehow, pull the fire alarm or something.
If you wouldn't have went on stage, I think I would have picked you up. I was fireman's carry, and I would have taken it.
I was ready to run, you don't even know. And Shaun's kind of going through the whole story, and when you submit your little story there for the transformation, and I'm legit looking for where I'm going to run off to. And then the worst thing that could have happened in that moment, as far as I was concerned, was that he called out my name. And that meant it's now time to actually go on stage, right? Now, in my head, mercifully, there was a little switch that kind of went on, right? Because, I'm thinking of all these different consequences and everything, right? It's just what? It makes it more awkward now that he's calling my name if I don't go on stage. So we gotta go on stage, right?
Well, the switch, I think, when you hear your name called out, there's a switch.
It's go time, right?
And it's showtime. Yeah,
and your inner warrior has to come out, right? Because now you got to get up on stage in front of all these people. The worst thing I could have done is if I walked out there, freaking out like this, right in front of everybody. So I remember, the music came on, so and I did a big clap just to kind of get myself into it, and that clap kind of switched everything on for me, and it was it's go time, right? So now you got to get up on stage, you got to unleash that inner warrior, and as we like to say, let's go, right? And it was rock and roll time, right?
So would you do it again? Is the question. Would you do anything different?
Would I have done anything different? I probably would have given myself more than 2 months of dedicated prep. Because I had not intended on actually competing. I was just kind of trying to get my own shit together, and drop some excess weight, and stop feeling like a bag of crap, basically, right? And in the process of that, my body changed. In the process of that, I was almost accidentally, if you will, getting in the best shape that I've ever gotten in my life. And so really it was only 2 months prior to that show, because everybody kept looking at me holy crap, dude, are you stepping on stage? And it was only 2 months prior to the show that I was just you know what, okay, yeah, let's do this, and let's give it a go, right? And that became my actual dedicated prep, right? And granted, I had already lost a whole crap of weight, but if anything, I would say that might be the only thing that I would do different is maybe have a more focused approach for what it is that I'm prepping for.
Right.
Right?
Here's another question for you. Do you have any memories? Just think back IDFA shows. Does anything stand out to you, good or bad? I might be opening a can of worms here. I don't want to. No, let's not go bad. Let's go good. So any moment that stands out. It doesn't be a big long story. Just any moment from backstage. Could be when you're competing. Could be when you're volunteering. Could be when you're helping out more in a different role.
You know what? I think a couple of things that kind of popped to mind is in some of those earlier shows. Both of the memories that I'm kind of having pop into my head right now are both at the Jane Mallet Theater.
Oh, the very first show.
And the very first show, did a couple of shows there after that.
Oh yeah, straight.
Right. The very first show, the memory there was
the
the dance competition.
That was cool. Yeah.
It was a dance competition. Like it was not just bodybuilding, fitness, whatever. Like there was a dance competition that was happening there.
That's true.
And it was basically in between the judging and the night show type of deal.
Yeah.
And it was a freaking vibe. Like it was like a whole that place was freaking pumping. The tunes, like the
I don't think that was the first show though.
The moves.
We might do that like
was that maybe the next one?
The next one, so like a year later, I think. Probably. I actually have an exact date. I don't think it was 2005. 2005 was just the bodybuilding show.
Yeah. It might be the 2006 show. Actually, yeah, that's true. I stand corrected. But yeah, it was one of those early shows that like with the whole dance vibe and everything. Like I remember just that, like as much hype as there was for the bodybuilding and the figure and everything else that was going on in that day. The hype around just that dance portion of it.
Yeah, we also had Julie Black was one of the judges.
Julie Black was one of the judges. Like it was a whole thing, right? Like it's a whole different, kind of like clash of different worlds, right? That was happening in that moment, right? So that's one of the ones that stands out.
So with December 11th coming up, ways you can just support the IDFA or support the show is be there for one. So buy a ticket, come check it out.
There you go.
Like so buy a ticket.
Yep.
Volunteer.
Yep.
What else can we do? Get an exhibitor booth. So if you got a project you want to get out there to this niche market here.
Yeah.
Or even better, enter the show.
There you go.
So if you're competing in a show anytime around now, just stay competing.
That's it.
Stay on track.
Yeah.
Get on stage. So yeah. So and contact me if you're competing in the show and I don't know about it. Let me know. It's always good to know.
There you go. That's it.
What else can we do? Help spread the word.
Yeah.
Let's get the posters floating around. I make posts all the time about the shows and all that, but IDFA. Just share them. Screen grab them, share them, put them on your stories.
There you go.
If you know anyone who's into natural bodybuilding or the Transformation Challenge especially, let them know about it. Because even JP is one of our Transformation Challenge athletes. So
the transformation is one of those really interesting things because you don't necessarily have to be a bodybuilder or a bikini athlete or whatever, right? Like everybody's got their story, right? Like it ties back into the whole workout warrior vibe, right? Like everybody's got a story of something that they've had to overcome. For some people, it's a physical transformation and maybe you drop a few pounds. I mean, in my case, it was 50. There's some guys that have stepped on stage that are, 100 pounds or even more.
We've had 200 pounds.
200 pounds, that's amazing, right? But it's not always weight loss, right? Like some people have to gain weight, right?
Yeah, we've had a few times,
because they've gone through whatever illness, right? Like they're underweight, they've had eating disorders, or they've had, there was a couple of people that had cancer or something, right? Like,
yeah, we've had that a few times, yes.
So it becomes a whole thing, right? It becomes a whole vibe, right? Like, so the transformation could really be, anything that you've had to overcome that you've made it out to the other side of it. It might still be a work in progress even, right? But like you're further ahead than where you were.
Yeah, and the Transformation Challenge, we have it at all the shows. So if it's an online show or a live show, we always have the Transformation Challenge. And it truly is, like you were saying, it's like it's the most inspiring category of the whole show.
It's hyped.
To be honest. Yeah, because like these people are like always so shy to get on stage. And, oh my God, what are people going to say? No, people, when you walk on stage, they're clapping and everything. You're getting a better response than any athlete, not athlete, but anyone else in the competition.
Yeah.
Because and then people can relate to you.
That's it.
So yes, about overcoming it. It's that inner warrior, dig deep, right? Where are you? So it's definitely, I always say it sounds cheesy when I say it every time, but I'll keep on saying it when I'm on stage. I always say this is truly one of those classes where everyone's a winner, which is true because everyone's story affects someone differently, right? Yeah. So like you're saying, it could be a weight loss, it could be a cancer survivor, it could be gaining weight, someone was in an accident. There's so many reasons, and even if it is a weight loss, there's always a story behind the weight loss. It's not like, oh, I put on weight and I lost it. No, they had some story of why they put on the weight, and then a story of how they overcame that and took off the weight. Exactly. So so it's always inspiring.
It always ends up being like kind of like a mental and emotional thing that goes along with that physical component of it, right? Like it's not just a matter of, you know,
that's why he's here. Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. It's almost like a thing, right? But yeah, you know, like it's something that for the like any of those athletes, even the athletes that are not part of the transformation, for the most part, if you go pop a mic in front of their face, right? Like, you know, like everyone's got some kind of a story. Like there's a reason why they do this. There's a reason why they dedicated themselves to pursue this level of fitness for themselves, right? Like a level of health for themselves.
1 second, now that you just talked about stories, I remember that we have something I gotta talk about.
Oh snap.
And we're back.
That's it.
So yeah, so JP was talking about everyone has a story.
Yeah.
So what I just announced in the Warrior Room, and I've also announced it on social media, but it's coming out of the Warrior Room, is we're gonna do I am a workout warrior because.
Yeah.
So basically, tell us your story of why you are a workout warrior. Like I told you earlier, I lost my voice. Why you're a workout warrior. Make a video clip. We all have our individual stories. Make a video clip of 60 seconds. Send it to me, Shaun Campbell, at info@idfa.ca. And if the clip's too big to send it using WeTransfer. So just gotta email me and we can figure that all out. So basically, yeah, just tell us your story, why you are a workout warrior. Is it because, do you have any ideas of why you could be a workout warrior?
Well, one of the first things that I want to jump into, and it goes back to your story too, like after that first competition that you ended up putting together, and you know, you had your little moment after, and it was like, oh my God, did I make a mistake here? Did I, am I going to continue or not, right? I wanted to kind of highlight that because as part of the warrior mentality, it's not the fact that you don't have doubts or you don't have fear or you don't have whatever, like, you know, like it's not like you're sitting there like, you know, some superhero that's like, you know, like just going to be completely fearless every single time and you're just going to overcome all these obstacles. We'd like to be that. I would like to be that. That's not me. I don't think that's Shaun, you know, even just based on that story.
I'm a superhero.
Right,
when I put that on, I'm a superhero.
That's when he converts to the superhero.
I became a workout warrior.
And I wanted to kind of highlight that, right? Because like, you know, like even, you know, like to Shaun's story about the, you know, like after that first show, right? Like he overcame some of his fears. There's always going to be a little voice, maybe like, you know, that's going to kind of doubt you along the way, right? But you end up still, you know, in spite of the fact that you're scared, you still take action. Right? That's what courage really is at the end of the day, right? So you utilize that, and that's what allows you to tap into that warrior spirit. And I think that's basically like, you know, where this is kind of going with, you know, like that everyone's story, everybody has a story, right? Like in some capacity, right? So share your story and get yourself a warrior medal. Right?
Yeah. So with this competition, I guess, well, why do I got a medal in my hand, right? So the winner, but like I always say when it comes to these stories, or everyone's a winner, but whoever we choose to be the winner will get the Workout Warrior medallion. But we're also going to share all the stories. So if you send me a story, just think it's getting out there to everyone. It's going to be inspiring people, motivating people, and just sharing a bit about you, right? Because people, even like say if you're like a hardcore worker, people think that we all like, oh, they just look like that and they work out, they love it. No, we all have our stories, right? So yeah. You all have your challenges. You may have like a really busy job and you still make it to the gym.
This is easy for you. No, it's not.
The funny thing is, like when I was younger, I always thought, oh, there'll never be a time I don't go to the gym. Never, come on, you've got to be kidding me. You're in your 20s, right? Like that's just ridiculous to think I'm going to skip the gym.
Yeah.
Now there's times where
I have my
every
gym.
day
I skip it.
Yeah, every day I fight to go gym. Once in a while I want to go.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I don't have good workouts, but every day there's a challenge. Even today, I did not want to go, and I almost didn't go. So I got to go see JP. We're going to do this video. I'm about to rush to go do my leg workout.
Yeah.
I was almost thinking maybe I just don't do my leg workout.
Yeah.
But I dragged my butt there, and I'm glad I did. Because the funny thing is, I actually maxed out on some stuff.
Oh, there you go.
Which is hilarious. When you, it's always the days. I don't know how it works like
Sometimes
this.
when you least expect it.
Yeah, you don't want to go, and you go in there, maybe the first couple sets are a little bit rough. That's why you do warm-ups. Let the warm-ups be your rough ones.
Yeah.
But then when the adrenaline starts kicking in, the endorphins,
that's it.
Typically, you have a good workout. Typically, when you don't want to work out is when you need to work out the most.
That's the thing,
that's
right?
The funny part.
And that's really like, you know, because it's easy to work out, it's easy to eat right, you know, when you want to, when you have that motivation.
That's the difference between motivation and discipline, right?
There's a difference,
today,
right?
I showed discipline today, buddy.
You showed discipline, that's true. Right?
Motivation was the other day when I worked out chest, I couldn't wait to get that pump.
Motivation is fleeting. Motivation is fleeting, right? Like it comes and goes, right? Like, you know, it's here today, it's gone tomorrow, right? You know, like how many of us can really say that you're always motivated to go to work, right? But somehow, you know, we get our butts out of bed and we still end up going to work. Why? Because it's going to pay the bills. Imagine if we valued our health. Imagine if we valued ourselves with that same extent, with that same energy, right? This is where the discipline part of it comes in, right? You know, like I'm not going to do it just simply because I'm in the mood. I'm going to do it because this is what my body needs, right? This is how we respect ourselves, right? I'm going to feed myself to nourish myself, right? So it all falls into it, right? It's part of the process.
Oh yeah, I've got to tell you there's a deadline on this. so get those videos in before Sunday at midnight.
There you go.
So that's on, what's Sunday, the 20th? I'm not sure. I think it's November 20th. I'm not positive, don't quote me on this. But on Sunday before midnight. So you got, this will be probably posted on Friday afternoon. So when you see this video, it's going to be Friday afternoon. So yes, you got till Sunday.
Yeah.
But I've already been posting this since, for a couple days now on social media. So yeah, so get those stories in. Let's motivate some people. Let's share your story, win a medal. Just getting your story out there is winning, so
that's it.
Send them in.
Let's go.
Let's go. I don't know if they, yeah, so if, in the future, send us some questions, we'll answer questions. We're kind of just going off the seat of our pants here, because this is our
I'm sure they never noticed anything.
You couldn't tell.
No.
All it is so sweet that you're not just joking. No, but so yeah, so it's kind of the seat of our pants. But yeah, so if there's anything you want to talk about, because we're going by basically on what is happening in the Warrior Room. The Warrior Room is relatively new. It's free to join. Share with other people. Share this video with other people. Check out Majestic Strength. Check out IDFA and Workout Warrior.
That's it.
So check out our brands here. Support our stuff, because that's we all need support. And if you're part of the Workout Warrior, part of the Warrior Room, we're going to support you as well. So if you've got a product that isn't typically health and fitness related, if not even, let us know about it. Email me or JP or message us on the Warrior Room. Let us know what your product is, because we want to support people who support us.
Become a part of the community.
Yeah, the community. Basically, the Warrior Room is going to be like a community. That's the umbrella we're under, right? Warrior Room.
Yeah.
Right now we don't, and as we get bigger, we'll eventually get a Warrior Room banner in here or something.
Who's responsible for the budget around here? We're gonna have to.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to fix this.
I'm just. It's always gonna be my stuff. so it's gonna be workout for right now, because this is all as Warrior. So we got the Warrior vibe.
That's it.
So we got Workout Warrior back here.
There we go.
He's the the backbone of it all.
He's the face of it.
Basically, yeah, he's the face of it. He's the warrior, your inner warrior. So this is Warrior Room episode 1. This is our co-host JP. I'm Shaun Campbell. Oh yeah, the dates of the show again. Oh yeah, before we close off here. So we got, coming up, we got December 3rd at an online natural bodybuilding competition. So if no matter where you are in Canada, the world, because we actually have a team from Italy of 10 athletes entered in the online championships on December 3rd.
That's it. Yep.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah.
And then December 11th, we're back at the Meadowvale Theater. It's been over since whatever happened. So over 2 years since we've been there at the Meadowvale Theater. On December 11th, that's in Mississauga. That's a live show. So you can compete there. So like if you can't make December 11th, you can always do December 3rd. Both shows have Transformation Challenge. Both shows have all of our divisions, all of our levels. So yes, there's no reason why you can't compete.
Yeah.
Our very first show in 2023 will be March 26th.
Oh, yeah.
And that's going to be a Novice Championships.
Nice.
And it's going to have the Transformation Challenge, of course.
There you go.
And yeah, so and first-time competitors. So basically it's going to be just for first-time competitors. Novice athletes, meaning you never placed top 3.
A different category now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so the novice, basically never placed top 3 in a show before, or you're a first-time competitor. And the Transformation Challenge. But you go to idfa.ca to get all the information on that.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's our first show for 2023 is March 26th. So mark that down. March 26th in Vaughan, Ontario. And then we're gonna then go to idfa.ca to see all the show listings. And I'm sure we're gonna have we'll be back on here next week again. And you can talk to us all during the week through the Warrior Room, so just message us on there.
Yep.
We're gonna get JP on there more often because he's not much of a Facebook guy, but we're gonna get him on the Facebook groups. He's more of the Instagram and all that stuff, right? So we're gonna get him on Facebook groups here. So I wasn't using Facebook much before either, right? But then I thought, based on looking at all the social media ideas on how to have a group, like apps for having a group, the Facebook seemed most practical, and I like how I made it private just so give it a little bit more exclusive feel to it, right? And a little bit more control of the group, right?
Well, especially as we start including more exclusive content that's going to be specific to the whole warrior vibe, right? And the community, right?
Yeah.
So become a part of the warrior.
Yeah, by making it exclusive means you want to be a part of it, and because we want people in the warrior room that want to be in the warrior room, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely.
We don't want you to just because you have to ask to join, or if I invite you, and it's growing pretty quick. We've already got over 500 people in the warrior room, so that's pretty good for a group.
That's it, especially for something that's brand new, right?
So thanks for checking out the Warrior Room. This is episode 1.
And we finish with Warriors.
Let's go.
There we go.
So it's Warriors, let's go.
There you go.